In 2013, a Harvard professor published a study that sent shockwaves through the scientific community. He was able to reverse biological markers of aging in mice by 20 years' worth in just 1 week. The molecule responsible? NAD+. And right now, it is the most exciting compound in longevity science. In the next 14 minutes, I am going to show you exactly what NAD+ is, what the peer-reviewed research says about its role in aging, and what that means practically for your body right now. My name is Dr. Gilani, and this channel exists to give you the science, not the hype. So let's go through this properly. What is NAD+? NAD+ stands for nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. That sounds complicated, but the concept is simple. Think of NAD+ as the master currency of energy in every single cell in your body. Without it, your cells literally cannot produce energy. They cannot repair DNA. They cannot regulate inflammation. Life at the cellular level requires NAD+. Here is the problem. From around the age of 30, your NAD+ levels begin falling. By the time you are 50, you have roughly half the NAD+ you had at 20. By 60 and 70, levels can drop to a quarter. Researchers now believe this NAD+ decline is not just a symptom of aging. It may be one of the primary drivers of aging itself. That distinction is critical. It means that if we can restore NAD+ levels, we may be able to slow or even partially reverse certain aspects of the aging process. And that is exactly what the science is beginning to show. Let us look at the evidence. And I want to be precise here because there is a lot of marketing around NAD+, and not all of it matches what the studies actually say. The landmark 2013 study I mentioned was led by Professor David Sinclair at Harvard Medical School. His team gave aging mice a precursor to NAD+, called NMN. Within 1 week, the muscle tissue of these older mice was, by several measurable markers, indistinguishable from young mice. Blood vessel density improved, endurance increased dramatically. Now, this was a mouse study, and I will always tell you when we are talking about animal data versus human data. The two do not always translate directly. But this study launched a wave of human clinical trials that are now producing results. In 2021, a randomized controlled trial published in the journal Science reported that NMN supplementation in older adults safely raised blood NAD+ levels and showed improvements in muscle performance and insulin sensitivity. These are real, measurable outcomes in real human beings. A 2022 study from Washington University School of Medicine showed that NMN supplementation improved muscle function and reduced markers of physical decline in postmenopausal women specifically. And Professor Charles Brenner at the University of Iowa has done extensive work on NR, another NAD+ precursor, showing it reliably raises NAD+ levels in humans and is well tolerated. The picture emerging from the research is consistent. Restoring NAD+ levels appears to improve multiple physiological markers associated with healthy aging. We are not yet at the point where we can say it extends human lifespan. That data takes decades to gather. But the intermediate markers, energy metabolism, DNA repair capacity, inflammation control, are moving in the right direction. How NAD+ actually works. The mechanisms. To understand why NAD+ is so important, you need to understand 3 mechanisms. These are the biological pathways where NAD+ is doing the heavy lifting. Mechanism 1. Sirtuins. These are a family of proteins, sometimes called longevity proteins, that regulate gene expression, stress response, and DNA repair. Sirtuins require NAD+ to function. No NAD+, no sirtuin activity. Studies in animals show that activating sirtuins extends lifespan and improves metabolic health. Mechanism 2. PARP enzymes. These are your DNA repair crew. When your DNA gets damaged from UV radiation, toxins, normal metabolic stress, PARP enzymes are the first responders that fix the damage. They consume enormous quantities of NAD+ when activated. If your NAD+ is depleted, DNA repair slows down. Errors accumulate. Cells either die or become dysfunctional. This is the cellular basis of aging. Mechanism 3. Mitochondrial function. Mitochondria are the power plants of your cells. They produce ATP, your cellular fuel. NAD+ is a critical cofactor in the electron transport chain, the process by which mitochondria actually generate energy. When NAD+ declines, mitochondrial efficiency drops. You feel this as fatigue, brain fog, and reduced physical capacity. So when researchers talk about restoring NAD+, they are talking about restoring all three of these systems simultaneously. That is why the potential is so significant. Your body cannot simply absorb NAD+ directly from supplements. The molecule is too large to cross cell membranes efficiently. So instead, researchers have focused on NAD+ precursors, molecules that your body converts into NAD+. The two most studied are NMN, nicotinamide mononucleotide, and NR, nicotinamide riboside. NMN is the precursor used in David Sinclair's research. It sits one biochemical step closer to NAD+ than NR does, which theoretically makes the conversion more efficient. A 2023 clinical trial confirmed that NMN supplementation at 300 to 900 milligrams per day safely raised blood NAD+ levels in healthy adults with no significant side effects. NR has a longer human research track record. Multiple peer-reviewed studies confirm it raises NAD+ levels effectively. Professor Charles Brenner, one of its principal researchers, has shown it is safe and bioavailable. The honest answer is that both work. The human data does not yet show one is definitively superior. What matters more is the quality and bioavailability of the specific product you choose. Look for sublingual or liposomal formulations, which have better absorption data than standard capsules. I will link in the description to the products I have reviewed against the research criteria. These are not paid recommendations. They are based on the published bioavailability and purity data. What does the current research suggest on dosing? The clinical trials have used doses ranging from 250 milligrams to 1 gram per day, taken in the morning, as NAD+ is involved in circadian rhythm regulation. The safety profile in human trials has been reassuring. No serious adverse events have been reported at these doses. Some people report mild GI discomfort at higher doses, which typically resolves with food or dose reduction. I want to be clear, this is not medical advice. These are educational summaries of published research. If you have any underlying health conditions or take medications, discuss supplementation with your physician first. NAD+ precursors are not regulated as pharmaceuticals, and quality control across brands varies significantly. What we can say is that the safety data to date is encouraging, and the mechanistic rationale for why restoring NAD+ levels could benefit aging biology is scientifically sound. NAD+ research is moving fast. We are likely 5 to 10 years away from much clearer human longevity data. But the mechanistic evidence and early clinical results suggest this is not hype. This is real biology with real therapeutic potential. Next week, we are going to look at something that connects directly to NAD+ metabolism, your gut microbiome. Because the emerging research on how your gut bacteria regulate biological aging is frankly remarkable. If this was useful, subscribe. I publish twice a week, every week, and every video is built from peer-reviewed research. The links to the studies referenced today are in the description. I will see you on Friday.